adopted from what I thought was quite an early age. I thought it was about 1, but it's materialising. It was actually a bit older than that. I don't remember. But my mum got cancer a couple of years ago. She was all good, and I recognised there was probably a lot of feelings that I'd been suppressing. I'm 44 years now, and it happened when I was 42, I think. And I knew that my mum's death would result in a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings that I'd suppressed pretty much all my life. Stuff I'd just completely hidden away. And I need to deal with it. And also that I was a year out from another failed relationship. And I came to think, what's the common denominator in all these failed relationships? And it was always me. That was the only common denominator. So those two things combined, thought, right, now is the time to get some help here. Zero probably. Yeah, I mean, the work we did, there was always telltale signs of signs of why the relationships have failed, and they seem so individual to each relationship, and there's all different situations. Well, actually, the real circumstances and the real incidents were always the same. I can't remember how I came across your book. There was just something that made me pick it up and start reading it, and it wasn't very long through the book where I was like identifying things. Like when you went off to work as a foreign correspondent, I went off and worked abroad, and I was escaping. And then, there's so many things in there within the first kind of few pages that I was like, that's me. So there was only, after that there was, I didn't need to look anywhere else. Very hard, really hard, because I was asking questions of myself, or we were asking questions of myself, stuff that I'd suppressed for 40 plus years. Didn't have a particularly happy childhood, didn't have a great sort of support system, and lots of other things. And then actually going back and kind of getting in touch with your emotions and your feelings about that was really, really, really hard. And I remember probably within the first few months, I was like, I knew, even though it was so difficult, and going to those kind of depths of feelings, I knew it was doing good for me. That breakthrough moment was probably about 6-7 months in, where all of a sudden I started to feel angry about some of the way I'd been treated, and I was like, and that was the point of realizing now you're starting to value yourself, to accept that, to not accept, to admit that was unacceptable behaviour, and you should not have allowed that to happen. Very hopeful. If ever that situation comes again where someone would try and treat me badly, I won't accept that straight away, whereas I always have. And I think that is more attractive. Females find that more attractive than some of these probably weak. Always felt that I've had to accept what was given to me. Those moments that have happened in my life, I'm no longer allowing those to define my future, and I probably had. And it's some very small things in terms of how I set boundaries with people now as well, from both my family and friends. And it's very, very small things, but they mean so much to me, and they make such a big difference to me as well. And amazingly, I'm in a relationship now, which is going well. It's still very early days, but it's going well. But I did something I asked this girl out, when I met her at a pub. The old me would have never have ever done that. Never, because I would have just been so, if she'd said no, potential of her saying no and the pain that would have felt meant it wouldn't even be worth asking. So, and that was all stuff to do with rejection and all those kind of things from adoption and my, the family environment I was brought up in. Yes, I would absolutely recommend coaching. Yeah, the key things that have changed for me from your coaching is I now know in order to probably keep myself happy and content in life and moving forward, at a bare minimum, I just need to do 3 things on a daily basis. 3 things, and those 3 things total probably no more than 45 minutes. Meditating. Didn't really believe in it, but the quietening of the mind really helps. Journaling, I really quite like journaling. Journal pretty much every day. Meditating, reading, and journaling. Those I have to sort of do at least 2 of those on a daily basis to keep checking in with myself, and I think it's probably a bit of a reminder as well of what I've gone through with you over the last year. I'm doing those as a result of the work I've done with you. Learning to accept that what happened in my childhood happened. There's nothing I can do to change it, but I can't let that person that I was, define the rest of my life. Accept it, learn from it, but be the person that is going to form better relationships and just be more content with themselves and more happy with themselves, for the rest of my life.